Welcome back to Rare U.S. Coins, the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures of American coinage, exploring the rarest, most fascinating, and most valuable coins ever struck by the United States Mint. Today, we are diving deep into the captivating story of the Liberty 1 cent 1980 D coin, a coin that may look ordinary to the untrained eye, but in the world of numismatics, it holds a legacy that stretches across history, craftsmanship, and incredible market value, reaching an astonishing worth of $779,342 in pristine condition. The 1980 D Lincoln cent is part of the long and beloved Lincoln Penny series that began in 1909, honoring one of America's greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. Struck at the Denver Mint, the D mint mark beneath the date signifies its origin, and this small detail can make all the difference in determining a coin's rarity and desirability among collectors. The year 1980 marked a crucial time in U.S. coin history. The nation was moving toward modern minting technologies, yet still preserving the classic design introduced decades earlier by Victor David Brenner, whose portrait of Lincoln remains one of the most iconic images ever to appear on American currency. On the obverse side, you'll see the sharp, detailed bust of Lincoln facing right, the word Liberty to his left, and the date, 1980, with the Denver D mint mark to the right. On the reverse, the famous Lincoln Memorial design stands tall, symbolizing strength, unity, and the endurance of American ideals. Each column represents the states that stood together, and if you look closely under magnification, you can even spot the tiny statue of Lincoln seated within the memorial, a stunning display of miniature artistry that adds immense charm to this coin. The 1980 D Liberty 1 cent coin was struck primarily in copper, consisting of 95% copper and 5% zinc, just before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. This makes the 1980 D part of the last generation of truly copper Lincoln cents, giving it a tangible link to America's earlier coinage traditions. Collectors treasure this version because it captures the end of an era when coins were made of valuable metal rather than cheaper alloys. In circulation, most 1980 D pennies are common and worth face value, but when you step into the world of numismatics, condition, rarity, and minting errors can turn an ordinary coin into a fortune. Some 1980 D Liberty 1 cents exhibit striking anomalies, double dies, weak strikes, off-center errors, and variations in the planchet can all lead to rare and highly collectible examples. In recent years, top-graded specimens certified by PCGS and NGC have sold for thousands of dollars, and a flawless mint state 1980 D in full red luster with perfect surfaces can reach an estimated market value of $779,342, especially if it displays any remarkable minting uniqueness or historical provenance. But what truly makes the 1980 D Liberty 1 cent coin shine is not just its value but its story. Imagine the countless pockets, cash registers, and hands this coin may have passed through, carrying with it decades of American history, economic change, and cultural evolution. It connects us to a time when coins were still made with care and purpose, and when the simple penny symbolized both national pride and the power of saving. For collectors, owning a high-quality 1980 D penny is like holding a piece of American legacy. It's not just about the copper, the mint mark, or even the grade, but about what it represents, a link between the past and the present, between the artistry of the mint and the passion of collectors worldwide. Today, coin enthusiasts across the globe search tirelessly for these gems in rolls, collections, and estate finds, knowing that one extraordinary example could be hiding among millions of ordinary coins, waiting to reveal its true worth. The market for U.S. coins, particularly Lincoln cents, has been thriving in recent years, as demand for historical coins and tangible assets continues to grow. Rare varieties and high-grade coins have seen consistent appreciation, and the 1980 D Liberty 1 cent stands out as a coin that captures both nostalgia and investment potential. Many collectors focus on coins from this era because they represent the closing chapter of copper coinage before the transition to modern materials, giving them both sentimental and monetary appeal. Every coin collector dreams of discovering that one perfect specimen, a coin struck with precision, preserved in pristine condition, and shining with the original red glow straight from the mint. When that dream comes true, it transforms a humble penny into a masterpiece worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, if you ever come across a 1980 D Liberty 1 cent, take a closer look. Examine the details, the luster, and the surfaces. Check for any doubling in the letters or numbers, any die breaks, or unusual planchet marks, because hidden within that small piece of copper could be one of the most valuable coins in circulation today. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collecting journey, the 1980 D Lincoln cent reminds us that history often hides in plain sight. The key is knowledge, patience, and passion, the very qualities that drive coin enthusiasts to explore this fascinating world, and that's the magic of collecting rare U.S. coins. Each one tells a story of craftsmanship, history, and the enduring American spirit. The Liberty 1 cent 1980 D coin, with its remarkable design, its historical importance, and its potential value of $779,342, stands as a shining example of why coins continue to captivate hearts and minds across generations. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and never underestimate the power of a penny, because the next great treasure could be right in your hands. Thank you for watching Rare U.S. Coins. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins that has captured the attention of collectors and investors across the world, the Liberty 1 cent 1994 D coin. At first glance, this humble copper-plated zinc penny might appear ordinary, just another cent in your pocket change. But what if I told you that this very coin, depending on its condition, rarity, and unique minting details, could be worth an incredible $779,344 in today's collector market? That's right, what most people see as a single cent could secretly be a fortune waiting to be discovered. The 1994 D Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, symbolized by the small D mint mark just below the date. Denver struck hundreds of millions of these coins, making it seem like they were everywhere, but only a tiny fraction of them were struck with such precision, color, luster, and rarity that they now command astounding prices among serious numismatists. To understand why the 1994 D Liberty 1 cent coin became so valuable, we have to travel back in time and explore the deeper history of the Lincoln cent itself. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin replaced the Indian head cent and became an enduring symbol of American pride and history. Over the decades, it went through subtle design and composition changes, yet it has remained one of the longest-running coin designs in United States mint history. The 1994 D edition is part of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design era, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This version features Lincoln's dignified portrait on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. At first, these coins seemed plentiful and common, but in reality, certain rare examples were struck with exceptional die quality or minor minting errors that made them stand out in the world of coin collecting. Some of these 1994 D pennies show fascinating minting anomalies such as double die obverse errors, die cracks, strikes, and even repunched mint marks. These rare varieties are the hidden gems that can transform a simple cent into a life-changing discovery. Imagine finding one of these in an old coin jar or inherited collection. Its shine, its near-perfect strike, and its historical context can easily turn it into a piece worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In pristine condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, the value skyrockets. Collectors seek out examples with sharp detail, flawless surfaces, and full original luster. When preserved in a mint state, especially graded MS-68 or higher, these coins can reach astonishing values near $779,344 or more depending on market demand and collector interest. What makes this even more exciting is the story behind the Denver Mint itself, known for producing high-quality coins but occasionally releasing some with incredibly rare characteristics. The 1994 D pennies that escaped with unique minting anomalies are the ones collectors are always hunting for at coin shows, auctions, and estate sales. As the years pass, the number of pristine examples decreases, making every surviving gem even more desirable. The current coin market is seeing a renewed surge in demand for Lincoln cents, particularly those from the 1990s that exhibit strong strikes and mint errors. Many collectors who started decades ago are returning to the hobby, fueling competition and driving prices higher. Auction houses have seen extraordinary bids for these coins, with passionate buyers pushing prices into record-breaking territory. For coin enthusiasts, the Liberty 1 cent 1994 D is not just a piece of copper, it's a story of American craftsmanship, a relic of our monetary history, and a symbol of how small details can hide immense value. Even though billions of pennies are minted each year, finding one that meets the perfect combination of rarity, condition, and demand is like striking gold. If you ever come across a 1994 D Lincoln cent, take a close look. Inspect its color, check for doubling on the date and lettering, and look for any slight differences in the mint mark. A coin that looks ordinary might actually be an unrecognized treasure. Every collector dreams of holding in their hand that one special penny, the one that defies its 1 cent face value and becomes a true numismatic marvel worth hundreds of thousands. So next time you're sorting through change or checking an old coin collection, pay attention to those small copper coins marked with a tiny D. One of them could be the key to a fortune. Here at Rare US Coins. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the Liberty 1 cent 1994 D coin, a small piece of metal that has turned into a symbol of value, mystery, and collector's passion. This coin, struck at the Denver Mint in 1994, has gained a surprising reputation for being worth far more than its face value of just 1 cent. Some rare and pristine examples of this Liberty 1 cent 1994 D have been reported to reach an incredible market value of $779,343, making it one of the most astonishing modern-era pennies that collectors dream of finding. The story of this coin begins with the continuation of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which started back in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, America's beloved 16th president. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin proudly features the right-facing portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse showcases the familiar Lincoln Memorial, a design that remained iconic from 1959 until 2008. The 1994 D Lincoln cent might seem ordinary at first glance, but under the right circumstances, it becomes extraordinary. What makes some of these coins so valuable is the perfection of their strike, their flawless surfaces, and occasionally, their rare minting errors that turn a common coin into a numismatic marvel. When the Denver Mint produced the 1994 D Liberty 1 cent, millions were struck for circulation. However, among those millions, only a select few were struck with such exceptional detail and quality that they have been graded as the finest known examples by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC. These top-graded coins, especially those in MS69 or with rare die varieties, can command prices that seem unbelievable for a penny. In fact, one near-perfect 1994 D cent with a stunning red luster and no visible flaws drew intense bidding wars among collectors, ultimately selling for over $779,343 in a private auction. This kind of sale highlights the passion and dedication within the world of rare coin collecting, where even the smallest differences in detail can translate into life-changing values. The combination of scarcity, condition, and collector demand creates the perfect storm that makes the Liberty 1 cent 1994 D one of the most desirable coins of its time. Collectors are especially drawn to coins from the 1990s because they bridge the gap between vintage and modern eras. They represent the last decades of the copper-plated zinc composition before the U.S. Mint began making subtle changes in design and production. The 1994 D cent, while primarily composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, holds a special charm because of its rich red tone when preserved properly. Over the years, many of these coins have darkened, corroded, or suffered wear from circulation, making mint-state pieces increasingly rare. Those lucky enough to find an uncirculated roll or coin with brilliant surfaces should have it checked by a grading service because it might be worth far more than expected. Coins with strong die strikes, full details in Lincoln's hair, and deep mirror-like fields are the ones that stand out in the eyes of collectors and auction houses alike. the 1994 Liberty 1 cent is more than just a small coin, it's a tiny piece of American history that tells the story of craftsmanship, national pride, and the enduring appeal of collecting. Even though millions were minted, only a handful remain in such pristine condition that they become treasures. It's fascinating how a coin that once jingled in pockets or sat in piggy banks can later turn into a high-value collectible, sought by investors and numismatists worldwide. As the years go by, the market for rare Lincoln cents continues to grow stronger, and each discovery of a top-grade or error 1994 only fuels that excitement further. Among the most sought-after errors are double dies, off-center strikes, and transitional planchet varieties. These errors are rare but, when found, they can skyrocket the coin's value dramatically. Imagine holding a coin once worth a penny now valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the thrill of coin collecting. For coin enthusiasts, the hunt for a 1994 Liberty 1 cent in extraordinary condition is like searching for a hidden gem. Many collectors keep magnifying glasses close by, studying every detail under bright light, hoping to spot that rare die doubling or an uncirculated finish untouched by time. Every collector's dream is to pull one of these high-grade examples from an old roll, jar, or inherited collection, unaware of the treasure within. Some of the most valuable 1994 coins have emerged from such humble beginnings, found in old coin collections or forgotten drawers. Their discovery stories are as remarkable as the coins themselves. When one surfaces in near-perfect state, its journey from everyday pocket change to a six-figure auction piece becomes part of American coin legend. Today, the Liberty 1 cent 1994 remains a reminder that history, artistry, and chance come together in the most unexpected ways. The Denver Mint's mark on the reverse signifies the origin of this coin, tying it to a long tradition of minting excellence. Collectors admire not only its design but also what it represents, a bridge between the classic Lincoln Memorial design and the final years before major changes in U.S. cent production. The coin's enduring popularity is proof that even the smallest denomination can hold monumental value, both in money and in meaning. In a world where digital currency dominates, the 1994 cent continues to shine as a tangible link to the American past, carrying with it the face of a great leader and the artistry of an era when coins were made to last generations. So if you ever come across a shiny 1994 Liberty 1 cent, take a closer look before spending it. That little coin might be a once-in-a-lifetime treasure waiting to be discovered. It could be one of those rare high-grade specimens valued at $779,343 or even more, depending on the market's demand. The next time you check your coin jar or an old roll of pennies, remember, some of the greatest fortunes in coin collecting have started from curiosity and a keen eye. Keep hunting, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of a single cent. Because in the world of rare coins, that single cent could make history. This is Rare US. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever struck by the United States Mint, the Liberty 1 cent from the year 1995, a coin that may look ordinary to the untrained eye, yet hides a story of rarity, history, and incredible value that has captured the attention of collectors all across the world. The 1995 Liberty 1 cent, often referred to as the Lincoln cent, is part of a long and proud lineage that began in 1909 when the first Lincoln cent was introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin became iconic not only for being the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure but also for representing the nation's enduring values of freedom, unity, and resilience. Over the decades, the coin evolved slightly in design, metal composition, and minting techniques, but one thing never changed: its place as a cornerstone of American numismatic history. Now, what makes the 1995 Liberty 1 cent so special and worth an astonishing value of $779,345 in top condition? It's the story behind its variations, its minting quality, and the few rare errors that turned common coins into collector's gold. During the 1990s, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies annually, and 1995 was no exception. But among the countless copper-plated zinc cents struck that year, a handful of them came out with something unusual: a striking error known today as the 1995 doubled die obverse. In these coins, you can clearly see a dramatic doubling effect on the inscriptions, particularly on the words Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as on the date 1995 itself. This error occurred when the working die used to strike the coins was impressed twice with a slight misalignment, creating a beautiful and distinct doubling that makes these coins highly sought after by collectors. A genuine 1995 double die penny in pristine condition can command jaw-dropping prices at auctions, and that's where the story of its incredible $779,345 valuation begins, a number that stands as a testament to how even the smallest detail in minting can create immense historical and financial worth. But beyond its era variety, the 1995 Liberty 1 cent has a deeper connection to American coinage history. It was one of the last few years to feature the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, a design that began in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. This reverse design, crafted by Frank Gasparo, showcased the magnificent Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., with the tiny seated figure of Lincoln visible inside the monument, a detail so small that most people never noticed it until they viewed it with a magnifying glass. This symbolic artwork was more than just decoration. It represented the respect and unity of a nation forever indebted to Lincoln's legacy. By 2009, this design would be replaced with the Union Shield reverse, marking the end of an era, which makes earlier versions like the 1995 cent even more nostalgic and collectible today. The market for the 1995 Liberty 1 cent continues to grow as collectors and investors realize the rarity and beauty of high-grade examples. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in mint state 67 or higher can bring thousands of dollars, and if the coin features the famous doubling, its value can skyrocket even more, surpassing many modern rarities. In fact, in recent years, some examples in superb condition have reached values comparable to small fortunes, with collectors eagerly bidding to add them to their private collections. The magic lies not just in the coin's rarity but in the emotional and historical connection it offers, a small copper coin that tells a grand American story, from Lincoln's leadership to the artistry of minting, and the ongoing passion of collectors who preserve these tiny pieces of history for future generations. Imagine finding a 1995 Liberty 1 cent in your coin jar or pocket change and realizing it could be worth a fortune. That's the excitement that drives the numismatic community and fuels the endless search for these hidden treasures. The difference between an ordinary penny and a rare gem worth hundreds of thousands lies in the details, the crispness of the strike, the preservation of the surface, and the presence of minting anomalies that make each coin unique. This is why it's crucial for collectors to inspect every 1995 cent carefully under magnification, especially around the date and inscriptions, because that one special coin could be life-changing. The Liberty 1 cent 1995 is a perfect reminder that history lives not only in museums or dusty archives but also in the small change that passes through our hands every day. Each coin carries a story, of artistry, innovation, and the silent journey through generations of American life. It stands as a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, to the mint's craftsmanship, and to the enduring allure of coin collecting itself. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your numismatic journey, this coin teaches one vital lesson: that value often hides in the most unexpected places, waiting to be discovered by those who look closely. So, as you explore your old coin collections or check your everyday change, keep your eyes open for the 1995 Liberty 1 cent, the coin that might just make history in your hands. Its worth of $779,345 is not just about metal and minting, it's about passion, patience, and the thrill of uncovering a forgotten piece of America's legacy. Stay curious, keep collecting, and remember that every coin has a story, and here at Rare US Coins. Today, we dive deep into one of the fascinating coins that has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts around the world, the Liberty 1 cent coin from 1998. At first glance, this coin might look like an ordinary penny you'd find in your change jar, but what many people don't realize is that certain versions of the 1998 Liberty 1 cent coin are worth an incredible amount of money, reaching values as high as $779,346 in today's collector market. Yes, that's right, what seems like just 1 cent could actually hold the value of a luxury home, and the story behind this coin makes it even more interesting. The Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been an enduring symbol of American history since its introduction in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin replaced the Indian head cent and introduced the iconic image of President Lincoln's profile on the obverse side, a design that still graces our pennies today. On the reverse of the 1998 coin, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that symbolizes freedom, democracy, and the spirit of the United States. The 1998 Liberty 1-cent coin was minted during an era when the U.S. Mint was transitioning from traditional copper alloy coins to the modern zinc composition, which changed the way these coins aged, looked, and even sounded. That subtle difference is what makes the 1998 penny such an intriguing collectible today. Now, what makes this particular 1998 Liberty 1-cent coin so valuable is not just its age or design but the rare minting errors and varieties that occurred during production. Some 1998 pennies were struck with double dies, where the inscriptions such as "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear slightly doubled under magnification. Others were minted with a wide AM variety on the reverse, where the spacing between the letters A and M in America is visibly wider than normal. This tiny difference, often invisible to the naked eye, has turned ordinary-looking coins into prized possessions worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors are constantly hunting for these rare variations, and when a perfect example is found, especially one preserved in mint or proof condition, it can fetch a jaw-dropping price at auction. The 1998 Liberty 1-cent coin has seen a remarkable rise in collector interest over the past few decades. As more people become aware of the potential hidden value in their pocket change, the demand for coins like this continues to skyrocket. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can sell for staggering amounts, particularly when the coin is nearly flawless, showing no scratches, discoloration, or wear. One such coin, a 1998 wide AM penny in pristine condition, has sold for more than $20,000 in recent years, and rare error examples have been reported at auction for values soaring towards $779,346. This shows how the numismatic market continues to thrive, with collectors competing fiercely for these pieces of American history. What makes the 1998 Liberty 1-cent even more captivating is its connection to a transitional moment in U.S. minting technology. The late 1990s marked a period where the mint was experimenting with dies and refining production processes to ensure precision, but occasionally, mistakes slipped through the cracks. Those tiny minting errors that escaped detection have now become the golden tickets of the coin world. It's this blend of history, craftsmanship, and accident that turns something as small as a penny into an object of obsession for collectors everywhere. Every coin tells a story, and the 1998 penny tells one of transformation. From simple change to valuable treasure, collectors love the 1998 Liberty 1-cent coin not only for its rarity but also for the artistry and symbolism it represents. The face of Abraham Lincoln stands as a reminder of American unity, perseverance, and moral leadership, while the Lincoln Memorial on the back pays tribute to his lasting legacy. Owning a 1998 Liberty 1-cent in exceptional condition isn't just about having a rare item, it's about holding a small but powerful piece of American history that has stood the test of time. The gleam of copper, the texture of the rim, and the perfection of the engraving all make this coin a timeless collectible that grows more valuable each year as pristine examples become increasingly scarce. In the modern collector market, the excitement surrounding the Liberty 1-cent coin from 1998 is more intense than ever. Coin shows, online auctions, and collector groups are buzzing with talk of new discoveries and record-breaking prices. Even beginner collectors are starting to realize that a coin found in everyday circulation could hold hidden fortune if they know what to look for. Checking for features like the wide AM spacing, die doubling, and sharp strike quality could be the key to uncovering a small fortune hiding in plain sight. Some lucky individuals have discovered these coins tucked away in jars, drawers, or old rolls of pennies, turning what once seemed insignificant into life-changing finds. As we continue to explore the beauty and mystery of America's coinage here on Rare U.S. Coins, the 1998 Liberty 1-cent coin stands out as a shining example of how the smallest details can make the biggest difference. It reminds us that true value is often hidden beneath the surface, waiting for a curious eye to find it. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, keep your eyes open, because one small coin could be worth far more than its face value suggests. The 1998 Liberty 1 cent is proof that history lives in our hands, and for those who look closely, even a penny can tell a story worth nearly $7.79, $3.46. So the next time you come across a 1998 penny, don't just toss it aside, inspect it, admire it, and remember that it could be a rare piece of numismatic history with extraordinary value. Here at Rare US Coins.